Sure this thing is on. What's up, everybody? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. Want to give a big ups to all of my subscribers, those who have been rocking with me from day one. Making sure the sounds is okay on this one. Let's see. Make sure this thing is on. What's up, everybody? Huh?
You don't like this?
Now, as soon as I go live, that's a little, not for an interview, not them stockings. You better off with no stockings if that's the case. You don't want to look like you interviewing for Backpage. What's up, everybody? It is your girl, your diva knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe de Paris. I am reporting to you live from my bedroom where all the action happens. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. I just thought it was very imperative that I shared this content with you really quick because I know Christmas is right around the corner. So I know a lot of the times when it comes to Christmas, people are willing to get themselves in debt, especially when you have children. If you're a parent and you're used to doing for your children and giving your children, what's up, Shar? And what's up, Frito? Good to see y'all. I know that when it comes to the holidays could be kind of depressing sometimes. What's up, Katrina? Good to see you, boo. I know the holidays could be kind of depressing, especially when it comes to holidays like Christmas, because a lot of us, we just don't financially really have it like that, because when you're working and you're trying to provide and trying to make ends meet, you living from paycheck to paycheck, you got light bill, you got water bill, you got cable bill, you got car notes, the holidays could be kind of stressful, especially when you have children. It could be kind of disappointing because as parents, you feel that pressure of wanting to buy your kids something because it's Christmas. And, as a parent, especially if you was a parent, you grew up struggling. If you was a parent, you didn't have a lot of times, parents who grew up struggling, they try so hard. Exactly, Frito. They try so hard to not deprive their children of things because they knew what it was like coming up struggling. So anytime you've been a parent who came up in a household struggling, you try to work even harder to break that generational curse by providing for your kids and trying to give your kids the best. Let me tell y'all something. Don't let Christmas cause y'all to go broke because you want your children to have something. Okay? Christmas is just one holiday. Let me tell you something. It only takes a matter of seconds to get in debt, but it takes years to get out of debt. Debt is easy to get in, but it's hell to get out of. Kind of like a bad marriage. I say marriage and debt is alike. They both easy to get into, and they both hell to get out of, okay? So do not let Christmas sit up here and cause you to get in debt. You don't know what people are going through around you to... What's up, Steve? You don't know what people are going through around you to get the things that they're getting for their children. You might have that one person in your family, or you may have that one girlfriend who's up there bragging to you about what they did for their kids for Christmas and what they brought little JJ and what they brought little Kiki for Christmas. And you may be feeling bad because you're looking at your finances like, I really want to get my son, I really want to get my daughter something. I just don't have the money. I got to pay this, I got to pay that. Let me tell you something. Just because other people around you are making it seem like they could afford to get their children all the stuff they're getting them, that does not mean they are doing it legitimately. You will be surprised the extremes, how far people are willing to go in debt just for one holiday. You got some people going around here to loan companies just so they could buy their kids something for Christmas. You got people writing bad checks just so they could get their kids something for Christmas. You got people who are stealing to get their kids something for Christmas. You got people pulling all kind of schemes and scams just so they could afford to get their children something for Christmas. Okay, so just because you got people around you that's flexing and flossing and calling you and telling you what they brought their kids for Christmas, and they bragging about what they brought their kids for Christmas, because everybody got that one family member who always be bragging. Exactly. Everybody got that one family member who's always bragging about what they bought their kids for Christmas or what they getting their kids for Christmas. It's always that one sister, that's one bougie ass cousin that comes in town once a year who like to brag about what she do for her kids and what she bought her kids. And let's say even if they're financially well off, even if they have it like that still does not mean you have to put yourself in debt to please your children. Let me tell you something about it. Going in debt for Christmas. You can sit up there and go in debt, buying all kind of stuff just so your kids can have something under the Christmas tree for Christmas. And these kids ain't even all that grateful for the stuff that you have to do to make sure they have. You know what I'm saying? You sit up there. I've seen parents brought their kids expensive shoes, brought their kids expensive tablets, brought their kids all kind of expensive stuff for it to end up under the bed. Okay, they don't even play with it after a week or two. They don't even use it. Some of these parents be going all out buying their kids stuff that they know their kids don't take care of nothing. They know their kids don't appreciate nothing. And these are the parents that tend to spoil their children the most. When they know kids usually that are the most ungrateful usually have parents that do the most spoiling. You know, so my thing is, if you want to keep your children humble, keep them humble. Don't get in the habit of every year going all out your way for your kids, because the moment you can't do it, the one year you get caught up in the jam and you can't do for them and you can't give them, then what happens is you teach your kids bad habits. They will steal to get things they want. They will lie to get the things they want. You don't want to start your children with a certain lifestyle that you may not be able to keep upkeeping, because things happen. You can lose your job. You get injured on your job, have to stay home for a couple of months and weeks at a time. You just do not want to start your children with a certain lifestyle, especially at a young age. You start spoiling them too much at 5, 6, 7, 8. By the time they're 13, 14, they become so accustomed to you going all out for them and you spending big money on them. And the moment you can't spend big money on them, you cannot give them that lifestyle they're used to you giving them, they end up stealing for it. They end up in prison. They end up in juvenile, because you done made them get used to a certain lifestyle. You done made them get used to wearing Jordans. You done made them get used to wearing all these name brand designer label clothes. The moment you in a tight position and you can't do it, God forbid you lose your mate, your mate or your companion dies on you, your mate or companion loses their job. Now it's just you having to fork out everything and having to do everything. You have to be careful how you start your children off. Do not get broke over Christmas because you feeling some type of way, because your friends could do for her kids, or you got that one bougie rich family member who always buying their kids the top of the line and all this other stuff. If you can't give your children anything else for Christmas, you make sure you give them love, because that's what's more important. What good is an expensive tablet, a pair of Jordans, you know what I'm saying, when you're not hugging them, kissing them, telling them you love them, you're not praying for them? Let me tell you something. These children need prayer way more than materialistic things. You know what I mean? Because when they got into the real world, Jordans are not going to prepare them for the real world. iPhones, iTablets, all of these materialistic positions that we give our kids, these things are not teaching our children nothing. They're not preparing them for the real world. They're not preparing them for life. They're not teaching them anything. They're just materialistic things. You give children your wisdom and knowledge, because that's what's going to save them more than a pair of Jordans. What's up, Wolfery J? Exactly. And they grown all year long. Exactly. Yeah, give your children prayer. You pray for them. You teach your kids how to pray. Teach your children how to be simple for the little things. Let me tell you something. If you keep your children simple, They'll get used to simple. If you one of them bougie ass parents where every time the new pair of Jordans come out, you standing in line and a line bent around the corner like it's an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert, you always buying them name brand stuff. What's going to happen if you lose your job or you fall short, you get sick of something and you can't do for them? They're not going to understand that because they are so used to you going all out your way. Keep your children simple. And this doesn't mean to say that if you want your children to have the best, that you should deprive them of that. There's nothing wrong with buying your kids nice stuff. There's nothing wrong with getting them nice, something because quality things do cost money. Okay, there is a difference between buying a pair of Jordans and getting some Payless shoes. Okay, of course some things you have to invest and put a little bit more money into it if you want quality, especially if you got destructive ass kids that tear up every goddamn thing they get. You can't get away with buying them no Payless shoes or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with wanting to give your children the best, but when you spoil them and you get your children accustomed to a certain lifestyle, what happens is, when you get in the bind and you can't do it, you create a monster. You create a monster. Exactly, Frito. And that comes from you have been a parent. You've always been simple with them. If you want your children to stay simple, you keep them simple. You buy them nice things. It don't have to be expensive. It don't have to be nothing extravagant. Exactly, Darius. Absolutely. Again, the way you start them off, that's the way they're going to expect it. If you one of them parents, you like to spend all type of big money, you willing to go in debt Christmas every year, just so you can brag about what you bought little JJ and what you bought little Kiki a week or two, it's not even going to mean nothing to them. A new pair of Jordans coming out. As soon as you buy those Jordans, guess what? A new pair of Jordans coming out. As soon as you buy that iPhone, guess what? A better and newer iPhone coming out. I mean, that outfit you bought them, they only going to wear it once or twice. They ain't going to wear that outfit but so many times. And I can never understand women, mothers with newborns, why they want to buy their newborns Jordans. I don't understand that. Newborns grow so fast. I mean, it's common sense. You have some people, they so scared of the struggle, they are afraid that if they buy something cheap or inexpensive, that it looks like they don't have anything. And that's far beyond the truth. I know people who have all kind of expensive designer labels and wear Jordans and all kind of stuff and really don't have nothing to show for it. Staying in the trailer park, staying in the raggedy house. I mean, you will be surprised. People will go out in public, y'all, and will be dressed to kill. I know somebody right now. She loves to stunt every time she gets a nice new truck or she gets a nice new vehicle. She will ride around stunting and flaunting and flossing that her new cars or her new trucks. But when you go in her house, let me tell you something. Her furniture is so raggedy. I mean, how you ride around stunting on a new truck and your furniture, you got bricks propped up under it, because if you remove one of the bricks from up under your couch, the whole left side of the sofa is going to collapse. You will be surprised what people's priorities are. You can't really be hating on people who look like they got it together, because if you go inside their home, let me tell y'all something. The way people present themselves to be on the outside, you go home in their house, it's a totally different story. I know this female, like I said, she always keeps a nice truck. But honey, when you go in her house is so filthy. Stains on her carpet. I mean, refrigerator is filthy, nasty. But I'm like, you riding around here flexing and you riding around here stunting. You will be surprised. These people on your jobs, these people that you go to your church with, these people that, people that you just kind of see passing you by here and there who act like they got everything, you will be surprised how much disorder they have in their personal life. A lot of these people priorities is all jacked up. You will go in their house and see they got raggedy furniture. How you around here stunting with a new truck or whatever with nice rims on it, but your furniture is raggedy. Soon as somebody sit down in your couch, they sinking right through it. How you don't feel bad as a woman that you don't have presentable furniture for your company to sit on when they come inside your house? Why you don't feel bad that you don't have a decent table for your children to eat on? The table is wobbling, or one of the legs from the table is missing, so you got to prop the table close up to the wall so that way the table won't collapse. You will be surprised what people's priorities are. I don't care if you see them with a new car. I don't care if you see them with new shoes or all that. That don't mean nothing, because people who be show stopping on the outside, inside, they ain't got nothing to show for. You personally go to their house, you will be surprised. I said they have raggedy furniture. Half of them don't even have a real bedroom suit. Don't have a real bed for their kids to sleep on. Don't even have a mattress. Just have a box frame. You know what I mean? You would be surprised what people's priorities are. So, don't get discouraged for Christmas, y'all, to all my parents out there, because you can't buy your children the top of the line. You can't get your kids the things you want for them to have, because you got people in your family that's Christmas shopping for their kids and you can't. You got friends that's Christmas shopping for their kids and you can't. You got neighbors that's Christmas shopping for your kids and you can't. Your kids got friends who got parents that's shopping for them and you can't. If you are in that position right now, don't feel down. Don't feel discouraged. Yes, absolutely, Frito. Please do not try to keep up with the crowd, because you don't know what other people are going through to make things happen. Looks are very deceiving. People will front and stunt all day and present themselves to be one way, and when you find out behind closed doors, they are in a struggle just like you. Don't get broke trying to impress, trying to show stop, because your sister always bragging about what she do for your kids. What's up, Huggy? Because your sister always bragging about what she doing for her kids and what she bought her kids, and you afraid that your kids, when they go around their little cousins, gonna be bragging about what their mama bought them or what their daddy bought them, and they make you feel inferior. As a parent, let me tell you something. Some parents buy their kids, but that don't mean they love their kids. Some parents like to buy their kids stuff just so they can keep their kids out their face. Okay? Just because a parent got money, a parent spends money, that don't mean they have any more love for their children than parents that are struggling. Because I know some parents, they will buy their kids any and everything they want just so they ain't got to deal with them. I know some parents who will spend big money on their kids but won't hug them, won't tell them I love you, won't tell them good job. You know what I mean? You would be surprised. It's the simple things that is what really matter. People think money is the answer to everything. People think money is the solution to everything. People always think money is the answer until they get in a situation that money can't solve. You know what I mean? So don't feel bad because Christmas is coming up and you can't buy your kids anything. If you really want to do something for your kids, but you don't have the money, what you can do is cook a nice meal. Bake them their favorite cake. Buy you a box cake. Bake them their favorite cake. Bake them their brownies. Do something nice and simple. Bake them cook them their favorite dish. If your kids love fried chicken or your kids love your potato salad, make them their favorite dish. Don't go all out your way trying to get broke. Don't be going to these loan companies. Don't be writing these bad checks. Don't be doing all kind of scheming and undercover hustling type of stuff. What's up, Aaron? Just so you can impress your kids, just so your kids don't feel bad that they don't have nothing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's all about love. Let me tell you something. If you took your money and you paid the light bill, guess what? That is their Christmas present. They got their lights on. It's better to have lights on than to buy a bunch of Christmas gifts with the lights off. How they gonna see what kind of Christmas gifts they got sitting in the dark? If you had to take your money and pay for the water bill, guess what? They got clean water where they can wash their ass and take a bath or whatever, so they won't be dirty for Christmas. All right. If you had to pay the cable bill, well, guess what? They get to watch TV for Christmas. Let them watch some Christmas carols. Let them watch some Christmas episodes. You know what I'm saying? So if you pay the bill for December, guess what? That is their damn Christmas as far as I'm concerned. If you brought groceries, Guess what? That's their Christmas. They get to eat for Christmas. Okay? So don't feel bad. Don't feel guilty about not being able to buy your children the best of things and all these materialistic stuff because it's Christmas coming up. You know, we all are in the struggle one way or another. It's somebody who's sitting in a hospital right now. Right, $100, $100. I don't blame you, Ernest. That's a smart idea. Hey, a gift is better than none. If all you can do is buy your children a coloring book from the dollar store, then so be it. Okay? So be it. What's up, James Harvey? It's good to see you. I just really don't want none of my people, none of my folks going in debt. And when I mean my folks, I'm talking about y'all as my subscribers. I don't want my family, I don't want none of y'all going in debt because you want to buy your kids a Christmas. You want them to have a Christmas. Do not go in debt for no one damn holiday because, like I said, all this stuff these parents buying their kids, guess what? These kids, it's not going to mean nothing to them a week from now. It's not going to mean nothing to them 2 weeks from now. And like I said, they're always coming out with something new. You could buy them that iPhone. It's going to get old to them as soon as the new one come out. You could stand in line forever for them pair of Jordans. But guess what? The pair of Jordans you getting for your son or daughter, they're not going to be the only one with them Jordans. It's going to be several other people. You see how long those lines be at the athletic stores? I mean, I can never understand. I'm not a sneaker person, so, but I can never understand the fascination with people wanting to stand in line for 2 hours to get some pair of sneakers, because it's gonna be several other people in line with you getting the same exact pair. Because Jordan's gonna only sell but so many different styles within that season. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be, if you, let's say if you got like 100 people in line, it's gonna be maybe 50 of them with the same style, and the other 50 gonna have another style. Only difference is gonna be the shoe sizes. That's gonna be the only difference. The shoe size, the colors, or whatever. But you know, after a while, even with that, they're gonna get old. He's coming out with a new pair. You start your children off with a lifestyle, you got to keep up that lifestyle. You get them used to you buying them $100 sneakers, $200 sneakers, and when you get in a tight jam, you lose your job, or your money running kind of funny, and you can't buy the next pair of Jordans, they out robbing somebody for them, or they stealing for them because you done got them used to a lifestyle. Don't start your children off with a lifestyle that you may not always forever be able to keep up with, you know. So just be very careful. Again, I know the holidays is coming up, and I know as parents we want to go all out, you know. People need to know the true history behind Christmas, especially blacks. Exactly, Aaron. And we really forget the true meaning behind Christmas. Yeah, I mean, and that is one thing, Frito, if you're a wise shopper, I see nothing wrong with people getting Jordans if you are getting them on sale or on a budget, you know, or it's fine to get that kind of stuff as long as, you know, you're not, your priorities are in order. That's basically what I'm saying. Your priorities are in order. I know people who were standing in line and getting Jordans and a light bill was behind. Their car note was behind. I mean, if your priorities are in order and you know you can keep up with that lifestyle, you know, then so be it. But for my struggling parents out here, you working a job that's paying you minimum wage, you working from paycheck to paycheck, you know, you just surviving. You have to be careful to not put yourself in that situation. You know, because when the thing about it is things like that, they have no value. You know, you can't get nothing back from all them Jordans. You can't get nothing back from label designer clothes. I mean, there's no value. They depreciate. You know, you really can't get nothing out of them. What are they worth 10 years from now? What are they worth 15 years from now? I mean, you're not going to get back what you done put out there when you buy those type of things. Yeah, and that's another thing. And Ernest, that's a good point. Wow, as parents, this is another thing, and that's a good point, Ernest. As parents, be careful. buying your children all type of expensive things and designer labels, because the truth of the matter is you really do got kids out there who can't afford nothing. They can't afford anything. So when they see your son dressed up in nice Jordans or your daughter wearing nice Jordans, your child could become a target. Like Ernest said, and that's a very good point. I'm glad he brought it up. You can make your child a target when you buy them expensive things, when you buy them expensive possessions. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you, Frito, because I go to Tangent Outlet and I get my Nikes for little or nothing. I may get them for like $40, $50. Yeah. Exactly. Outlets usually have the better deals. It took me years to find that out. I used to think outlets always had expensive stuff, but outlets are much better than the mall. So if y'all are parents on a budget out there, check out these outlets. Check out some of these off-brand sneaker places like Shoe Carnival. They be having name brand sneakers for little or nothing. You don't always have to go to stores that are name brand like Nike store or Adidas store or whatever. You can go to Shoe Carnival, you can go to Shoe City. Believe it or not, them off brand places, they keep Nikes, they keep Adidas, they keep Filas or whatever. It's not always what you buy, but it's how you buy it. You know what I mean? If you can get Jordans for little or nothing by ordering them online or whatever, that, yeah, it's all about just being smart with your money. But yeah, you have to be very careful. Y'all heard how many stories, I know y'all done heard stories of children getting killed over iPod. Remember when them iPods first came out? Those little MP3 players, somebody stole mine. I left it in the car and I just remember somebody took mine. But them little iPods, a little boy got killed over iPod. And you know how many kids done got killed over their iPhones from other kids in their school or other kids in their neighborhood? Because while you buying your children the best and you spending all this big money on your kids, it's some parents around here who cannot afford to buy their kids what you buy your kids. So these kids that are not fortunate to get all the finer things in life, some of these kids that got struggling parents who come from struggling families, they will rob your child. They will target your child who you buy all these expensive possessions for. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. Do not make your child a target, or teach your child that when you do buy them nice stuff, teach your children how to be humble with their blessings. Don't teach your children how to be braggers. Don't teach your kids how to brag. Don't teach your kids how to tease kids who don't have. Teach your children to be humble with their blessings, because you have a lot of children around here that are depressed. You have a lot of children around here who have low self-esteem. So if your son or your daughter is making fun of somebody else's child who do not have nice expensive shoes and things of that nature, that child that's struggling could hurt your child, could target your child. They can shoot your child. So teach your children to be humble with their blessings. I taught my daughter that even when I brought her new things and new shoes, don't be rubbing it in these other children's face when you go to their school. When you go to school, don't be showboating. Don't be bragging. Don't be acting like you all of that. Don't be making fun of other kids who don't have anything, because these kids are very sensitive these days, y'all. Kids don't talk no more. Kids do not express their feelings. Kids will go dig up a gun from somewhere and go to their school and shoot up everybody because they so angry and upset that they mama and daddy cannot afford to buy them the things they got. So they take it out on everybody, especially kids who've been teasing them and making fun of them. Frito, my mama never bought me a starter jacket back in the 90s because she didn't want me to get attacked just for that. Exactly. It's sad, y'all. It's sad. You cannot give your children too much because other students are studying all the things your kids have. Your son or daughter going to school every day with something new. every day with a new pair of sneakers. You think another child who don't got nothing is not watching that and it's making them feel some type of way. Let me tell you something. Some of y'all kids are mean as hell. Some of y'all kids is just as mean and nasty as they want to be. And I cannot blame those kids. I blame you parents, because y'all parents teach y'all children to be mean, evil, wicked, braggers. A lot of y'all parents taught y'all children to be mean and nasty to kids who don't have anything. And if you are a parent that's doing that, shame on you, because I'm going to be frank. You could end up with a dead child. Teaching your child to be mean, nasty, and ruthless and to make fun of other people's children. You don't know why that young man or why that young lady cannot afford to have the things. You need to sit down and talk to your children who you buy all this expensive stuff for. You need to sit down and talk to them and say, look, daughter, son, keep in mind that, what's up down there? Keep in mind that even though you have a lot, and brag about what we bought you, brag about how much we pay for it. Don't be getting around other kids and bragging about your blessings. Because son, daughter, you don't want to make yourself a target. If you know you're a parent, you spend big money on your children, teach your children to be humble. Get your job and start job. Exactly. And I know you're telling the truth, Frito. Because but see, even though back then the worst we had to worry about was getting jumped for having stuff, these days these kids are getting killed. These kids are getting killed because let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all children are really nasty. Y'all kids come around, they come home acting a certain way, but when they go to these schools, they are totally different from how you raised them. A lot of y'all have no clue how y'all children act when y'all kids are not in y'all presence. A lot of y'all don't know y'all kids are braggers. A lot of y'all don't know y'all kids are stuck up. A lot of y'all don't know y'all kids are mean and bullish. And these are the parents that end up distraught when somebody's child goes to the school and shoots them or kills them or stabs them. And these parents will sit up there and say, my son, my daughter has always been sweet kids. My son would never do that. My daughter would never do that. I don't know why they killed my son or why they killed my daughter, because your son or your daughter could have been a goddamn bully. You got a lot of parents who don't realize their children are bullies. What's up, Cool Gent 87? Thank you for stepping in. A lot of y'all parents don't realize y'all children are straight bullies when y'all are not in their presence. These same children y'all swear are so sweet and so innocent. And because y'all take them to Bible Sunday school every day, y'all take them to Bible study every Wednesday, y'all swear y'all got innocent children, and y'all children are off the chain. Y'all children are straight bullies. Y'all children be picking and picking on other people's kids and making fun of other people's kids. And only people who can understand that is children who have experienced it. And that is why I've always been hard on my daughter about making fun of other people's children and teasing other people's children. Because I've been that child that was teased. I've been made fun of. So I know what it's like. And the kids today are very sensitive, y'all. So for all you parents out there who are giving your children the best of everything, you buying them the best designer label shoes, designer label clothes, teach your children to be humble with their blessings. Teach them to not be going around here bragging and showboating, because these kids these days are very sensitive. We have a lot of sensitive children, and these children, they will go to these schools and shoot up and kill everybody before they go to a parent or before they go to the school principal and say, I'm tired of people picking on me. I'm tired of people making fun of me because I can't afford what other kids got. A lot of these kids are not going to verbalize their feelings. They are not going to express their feelings. They just going to go to school next day and shoot every goddamn body up. I mean, that is the world we living in, y'all. So be careful, with making your children. Don't instill arrogance into your children. Don't instill arrogance into them. Teach them that there are other people that are different. Teach them that there are going to be other kids that don't have what they have and will never be able to afford to do the things that is calling me, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, happy holidays to everybody. I may go live in another couple hours or so, depending on are going for me. But again, do not go broke for Christmas. It's only one holiday, okay? It is your girl, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off with a slice of knowledge. Y'all take care, and I'll be hollering at y'all soon. Bye.